Yo, what's going on, guys? Tactical here. Welcome back to another Brawl Stars tier list, and we're going to be ranking every single gadget inside of Brawl Stars right now. And obviously, a lot of the gadgets are pretty trash. So there's also a lot of really good gadgets. So we're going to go from starting Trophy Road all the way to Chromatic, because that's the order this was made in. So we'll start off with Shelly, of course, and we're going to talk about Fast Forward. I'm going to try. I think I know what every gadget's called. I might get a couple wrong, but I'm going to try. So Shelly, Fast Forward is going in the F tier. Now, here's the reason why. It's just because Clay Pigeons is way better, and you don't get a shield or anything, and the speed gear is just better. So this gadget is just trash, and that's why I'm going to put Clay Pigeons in A tier, because ever since it got the buff where it goes to 5 seconds, it's been a much better gadget, especially paired with this the Shell Shock star power. It's a really good combo. Obviously, before it was trash, but now it's actually pretty good. Moving on to Anita, Paws. I'm going to put it in the D tier. It's not a F tier because it's really good when paired with the Hyper Bear star power. The only problem is you barely hit it, and the other gadget's just better, which is Faux Fur, and that'll probably be in the A tier as well. It just makes it so hard to kill Anita's bear, and it's also really good when paired with the Bear With Me star power. So, and that's the better star power as well. I might do one with star powers in the future, but obviously there's a lot of disbalance between gadgets. So Colt, I'm going to put his speed loader in the C tier. And here's the reason. It's not a bad gadget, and it's really good at heist. The only problem is it's really hard to hit Colt's shots, and his other gadget's better. Otherwise, it'd probably be B, maybe A tier. But Silver Bullet, I'm going to put in the A tier. I was thinking about S tier, but it's only good for breaking open the map. It doesn't really deal a ton of damage. Obviously, when it dealt like the whole Colt round, that was absolutely broken. But ever since that nerf, it's still a good gadget, just not as broken. For Bull, I'm going to put T-Bone Ejector in the D tier. It's only good in Heist, and his other gadget's just way better, because obviously in a super, if you like stop in front of someone, slow them, it's going to be easy to get the kill. With this gadget, you're just healing, and I only use it in Heist. Stomper will put A tier as well. The only problem with this gadget is once you run out, Bull's kind of useless, because it's hard to get up in range, and obviously your super only stops in one spot. Now for Jesse's Spark Plug, that also will go in the A tier. So right now, we have one gadget in the A tier, and the other gadget is all over the place, but this gadget's really good against tanks. It's got good range, and it helps Jesse's turret hit so much easier. And her other gadget, I'll put it in the C tier. It's not bad. It's only good in heist, but the only problem is Scrappy is just really hard to hit the shot. Like, Jesse's turret's hard to hit the shots with. Now, Brock's got two decent gadgets. Rocket Laces I'll put in the B tier. It's good for getting away. It's good for the knockback. It also deals damage. But Rocket Fuel is broken. Okay, it's the only reason, like Brock, it's good for opening up the map. Makes a shot so easy to hit. The radius, obviously, that was a thing before Brock got that buff. So, yeah, this gadget is honestly just busted broken still. It's a really frustrating gadget to play against, so that's why it's S tier. Dynamix Fidget Spinner is F tier for sure. This gadget is awful. I mean, if you use it, what the heck? It's like trash. You barely hit anyone, and his other gadget's better, so. Satchel Charge A tier. You obviously have to hit it, but if you hit it, it's a free kill every time. Like, literally, it's just not fair. Now for Bo, I'm going to put his totem in the C tier. I don't think Bo's gadgets are that great. Obviously, it's good for feeding supers, but it has a decay, and it can be easy to take out by a thrower, and his Tripwire gadget just sucks. It's way too hard to hit, so, I mean, I don't think we have any debating there. Next up, we have Tick's Mine Mania. It's good for area control, so I'm going to put it in the C tier. The only problem is, I mean, you're not going to hit every single one. And last hurrah, I'm thinking A or S. I'm going to put it in the A tier. Obviously, when it was immune, that was broken, but they nerfed it to 50%. So you're obviously still going to take damage, but it's good against brawlers like Mortis because you can knock them back and they'll deal less damage. Next up, we got 8-Bit's Cheat Cartridge gadget. I'll put that in the B tier. It's good for in-gem grab. You can grab the gems and then run back or hit the gadget and get back to your booster. And the other gadget I'll put in the C tier. It's obviously you're not going to hit all the shots, but it's absolutely insane in Heist and Siege. So, yeah. Next up is M's. I'll put it in the B tier. M's is honestly really not going to be great because brawlers can just get right on top of her, and if M's didn't really have this gadget, she'd be screwed. Now for Stu, I'm going to put his Speed Zone gadget in the B tier and his Breakthrough gadget in the A tier. So, Speed Zone, honestly, really good gadget. It speed up the whole team, but Breakthrough literally just allows Stu to confirm the kill a lot easier and also get away through walls if needed. So now for Primo. Primo's got two pretty balanced gadgets. I'll put them both in the B tier. So for his suplex supplement, it's obviously good. You can throw enemies and then like get away or get right close to them if they're trying to run away from you. That'll make things easier. And the asteroid belt is good for opening up the map, and especially in maps like Heist, like Pit Stop, you could just break open that wall with the gadget. Now for Barley, I'll put the sticky syrup mixer in the C tier, and here's why. It's only really good against tanks that try to rush him. Otherwise, you're really not going to need it. And for his medical use, I'll put it in the B tier. It's good for healing, but Barley's squishy, so if anyone... So this is tough, because it's good for the teammates, but if you didn't have any teammates, you definitely have to use the sticky syrup mixer. Now for Poco, his tuning fork will be in the A tier. It's really good against Poco double tank. I'm not going to put it in the S tier just because, well, I mean I could, but it heals a lot. But his protective tunes, that gadget is dog water. I mean, the thing is awful. It's just literally, you get no value in it like whatsoever. 2 seconds isn't even that long. That gadget is just, it's trash, okay? Now for Rosa's Grow Light, it's not terrible, but it's just the other gadget I'm putting in the S tier because slowing everyone in the bushes is broken, especially with the speed gear. Rosa can literally just get up in their face. It's broken. And Grow Light, it just helps for like connecting the map and making Rosa more sneaky with the speed gear as well. But the other gadget is just broken because you literally, it's just, I don't really have any words for it. It's pretty broken. Rico's multi-ball launcher goes in the D tier. It's not in the F tier for one reason, and that's because anyone that gets on top of you can just delete with the gadget. But Rico's Bouncy Castle, even with its 2 nerfs, I still think is broken. It just heals him to full health with a couple walls really close to each other. It's broken, and with his reload speed, it's really fast. Now for Daryl, even though Daryl is the best brawler in the game right now, his gadgets are not that great, so I'm putting him in the D tier for that reason. Them both in the D tier. The recoiling rotator, it does charge 25% of his super. The only problem, though, is it's hard to hit, and Tar Barrel, it's only good when you use the super, but Daryl really doesn't need it because he can just use the super to get on top. So literally, I don't think his gadgets are that great, even though his Steel Hoop Star power is the main reason he's the best brawler in the game, because he literally can roll up and just not die. Penny's Last Blast gadget is F tier, even though it's good with the, or sorry, not Last Blast, that's a star power. Pocket Detonator is a gadget, that's my mistake. But Penny's Pocket Detonator gadget goes in F tier because it literally destroys the thing that Penny needs in order to be a good brawler, and that's her flippin' turret. Without the turret, you literally are useless, and that's why this gadget goes in F tier. And her other gadget goes in the C tier. The only problem with this gadget is you have to be right on top of Penny. So if there's like brawlers on top of Penny, then you're going to use it, but you're probably going to die anyways because it takes way too long for the cannonballs to get there. Only one exception, and that's Hot Zone. Oh, that's my mistake too. Kind of rotated my iPad there, but yeah, in the Hot Zone, you can just throw it in the middle like a map like Dueling Beetles, and it's really good paired with the Balls of Fire star power as well. So Krell's Heat Ejector, it's so bad. Like, it's not even that good of a gadget. I almost said star power, but it's trash. It definitely needs some kind of, like, a complete removal and rework, because this gadget has always just not been good compared to Flying Hook, which will go in the A tier, because it's really good in Siege, and it helps Carl get on top of people with his super or get away if needed. Jackie's pneumatic booster will go in the C tier. It's not that great of a speed boost, and I don't think it stacks with the speed gear, which kind of makes this gadget slightly useless in some scenarios, but it's not completely bad. Now for Piper, I'm going to put her auto aimer in the C tier because it's good against brawlers like Mortis or Buzz for canceling out of Buzz Supers. The only problem is I feel like Homemade Recipe is just an auto-aim gadget. It's not fair. It's easy to hit. It's not S tier because it's just not as broken as some of the other gadgets, but it's still a really good gadget. Now on to Pam. I'm going to put Pulse Modulator in the D tier. I feel like you're not really going to need that healing too often, and I feel like Pam's other gadget, Scrap Sucker, is really good against aggressive brawlers, and aggressive brawlers are really good in the meta right now, so Pam can just straight up remove all their ammo, and then she can burst them down no problem. Now, Frank's no, that's Active Noise Canceling. The other one's Irresistible Attraction. I'll put in the B tier, and Irresistible Attraction will also go in the B tier. So, both of Frank's in the B tier. Active Noise Canceling, obviously really good against brawlers like Shelly or Primo, or brawlers that knock back, throw, whatever. But the other gadget too is really bad, but now that it deals double damage, it's honestly busted. But the only problem is you have to hit it. But if you do hit it, Frank basically gets a kill every time. The only problem is it's not that easy to hit, and people are just going to flee once they see that gadget's activated. Now for BB, I got to toss up between B and C tier. I'm going to go B tier because it's a lot of healing, and BB's obviously a tankier brawler, especially with the batting stance, star power, and the speed gear. BB becomes kind of a tank and can move really quickly. So I think this is honestly a good gadget for BB. Now for B, I'll put Honey Molasses in this. I'm going to do the B tier because it's infinite. It can block off the choke points. Like, you put it behind a wall, and it's going to be struggling for the enemy team to get around it if they don't have a thrower. But Rattle Hive, this gadget is not good. It used to be absolutely broken when released, but it's just not good. It doesn't deal that great of damage, and it's hard as hell to hit. So that's my problem with that gadget, and I think it just definitely needs a buff. So, I mean, all the gadgets in the D and the F tier need a buff. C, we can make an exception too, but I don't think those need really a buff. D and F. The F ones definitely do. D, probably. Nani's Warp Blast will be C tier. Nani is honestly a good brawler, but you're really not going to get that much value. It's only good in Heist and maybe other rounds. It's really good when paired with the Tempered Steel Star Power because it just allows her to get away. But I feel like Return to Sender is better, especially against brawlers like Piper and V and Belle. All those brawlers are single shot and deal a lot of damage. Is when that's going to come in handy. Edgar's Let's Fly gadget will be B tier because a free super, but Edgar's squishy, so you're definitely going to need a super. And if you miss one super or screw it up, you're literally just going to press this gadget and your super's going to come back. And I'll put Hardcore in the C tier. It's an underrated gadget, but the only problem is if you miss a super or something, you're going to literally have to wait, and this gadget's only going to help you just tank a couple shots. For Griff's Piggy Bank, I'll put it in the B tier. It's good for opening up the map, breaks up a lot of the map, and can be really nice. Now for Mortis, this is tough because both his gadgets are good. I'm going to put Combo Spinner in B, Survival Shovel in A. And here's why. For Combo Spinner, it obviously allows you to get a hit quicker, but with Survival Shovel, you're going to get your super more, and you're going to possibly reload more ammo faster. Now for Terra's Psychic Enhancer, I'm going to shockingly put it in the D tier. Its gadget is not bad, but support from Beyond is way too broken, which is why that Psychic Enhancer is all the way in the D tier, is because support from Beyond is just way too broken. It literally does the same thing. It lasts for 6 seconds technically. It deals damage. It literally can tank shots for you, so literally support from Beyond is just absolutely broken, and even with the nerf, it's still way too broken. And now, Gene Lamp Blowout, it used to be, I'm going to put it in the C tier, and here's why. Gene, it's obviously good against aggro and tanks. The only problem is you have to hit it for heal. Sometimes I would just use it for the heal, but now you actually have to hit the enemy, which is why I probably put it in the B tier, and I feel like Gene doesn't really need it. But Vengeful Spirits, it sucks. It's only good on the open maps. It doesn't even deal that great of damage. The gadget is just trash. Now for Max's Phase Shifter, that's a B or an A. I'm going to put a B tier. And here's the reason. So, obviously it gives the immunity shield. But I feel like Max, with her speed, really doesn't need it. But it's good for tanking shots. But her Sneaky Sneakers gadget, it's so bad. It just, you don't get much value out of it. You really just don't need it. Now, Mr. P's gadgets, I always use the porter reinforcements, but service bell is definitely better. But I'll put it in C tier. It's obviously really good to use when the porter is low. But porter reinforcements, ever since that nerf, it used to be broken, but now it's not that great. Everyone one-shots it, except for like Amber or very low-level Poco. For Sprout, what is it? What's it called? I think I forgot. Garden Mulch, that's what it is. It goes in the B tier. 1500 is really good, especially it's really good when paired with the photosynthesis star power. And Transplant, I'll put it in the C tier. It's good in highest, but I feel like Garden Mulcher, that's what it is. I keep forgetting. Is definitely a better choice. Now for Byron's shot in the arm, it wastes an ammo, but it's a lot of healing, especially for a low health brawler, which is really nice. Now for Squeak, his gadget, his projectile speed is quick, but the only problem with this gadget is it's kind of hard to hit, so I'll put it in C tier. Now for Spike's popping pincushion, I'm going to put it in the C tier. It's really good against tanks that are on top of Spike and in Heist. You literally can melt. And it's also decent in Siege too if you want to melt the robot kind of quickly. But in Heist it's busted. But Life Plant is broken. It literally serves a purpose. It's a tank and it can heal him as well. And it really counters a bunch of brawlers, which is why Spike is one of the best brawlers in the game. Crow's defense booster goes in the C tier. It's not a bad gadget, but slowing toxin, kind of like the Terra problem, it's just really good. I don't think it's broken, but it's just broken because 5 seconds is a long time. You can slow multiple people. You can slow them whenever you want, and your teammates can just finish them off. Now for Leon's Clone Protector, I'll put it in the D. It's not completely useless, but it's not as good as the absolutely broken Lollipop Drop, which go in the S tier, because Lollipop Drop literally has made Leon a top brawler, and Leon was just bad because his gadget was trash. So now for Sandy, kind of falls in the same problem with Leon, as this sleep stimulator gadget really isn't that great, but his other gadget, Sweet Dreams, is really good. It's not as broken as it was because of the duration nerf, but it's still a good gadget. Now for Amber's Firestarter's gadget, I believe it's called, I'm going to put it in the B tier because it helps, especially with the first star power, it helps Amber get her super. It is her super, basically, and it deals damage. It makes her faster, so it's really good gadget. And now for Meg's, I think it's called Jointing Volts or something like that. That'll go in the A tier because literally it literally allows her mech form to stay alive longer, and that's actually just kind of insane because Meg is really good because of her mecha. Now for Gale's Spring Ejector gadget, I'll put it in the C tier. It's good on maps like Split, where you can just launch tanks into the zone. But I feel like Twister is going B tier. It was kind of trash, but now Gale's actually not that bad in the meta anymore, which gives Gale an opportunity really, really good at choke points, especially in maps like Split again, and also really good against aggro brawlers like Mortis, Primo, brawlers that can just try and jump in, which is Gale's what Gale counters. So, and then Surge is Power Surge. I'm sick of this gadget, but it's S tier because it literally allows Surge to be a really good brawler, and I feel like Surge without this gadget can never get that first stage, and also with the Service Cold Star power, that's really good as well. Colette's I'll put it C tier. It's not crazy, but it definitely helps confirm the kill a lot better. Actually, no, I'll put it in the B tier because it's going to help. It helps confirm the kill. So how can it really not? Now for Lou's Ice Block, it's D tier. It's not that great because it would be good if Lou could still move. I'm fine with a no attack, but Lou stops moving, which kind of sucks. And for his Cryo Syrup, I'll put it in the B tier. It's really good for cycling supers, freezing enemies, but only goes 50%. Colonel Ruff's Take Cover gadget, A tier. It's really good against the single-shot brawlers like Surge, especially on maps like Split. Colonel Ruff's can just drop the gadget and Surge is easily screwed. However, his air support gadget is trash. It's too hard to hit. And unlike Primo, it doesn't open up the map, which kind of screws him over. Alright, Belle's Nest Egg Gadget. I'm debating A or S. I'm going to put it A tier, and here's why. People can figure out where the trap is, but if they hit the trap, they're basically screwed. But people can dodge it or get away from it. So I guess, I don't know where I could put this one, honestly, but I think it's a good gadget. So now for Buzz's reserve buoy, I'll put it A tier. It's really good against brawlers that can't get away from Buzz and that have really no damage. Buzz can just use the gadget and get up onto him or even escape. So yeah. Now for Ash's chill pill, I'll put it in the C tier. It's a lot of healing, 2,500. The only problem is it wastes Ash's rage, and Ash needs that rage. Like, it's just, you need that rage to be really successful with Ash. And if you are low, if you obviously get back to full health, I get it, but still, Lola's freeze frame gadget will be S tier. It's broken because with the gadget, the clone never dies. It's just not gonna die. It's literally unfair. And for Grom's Watchtower gadget, it's A tier because it would definitely be S tier. It was good for tanking at 2,000 health. It took a while to destroy, and it let you basically see everything. It still does, but it's not as good as it was in Fang's Corn Fu gadget, I believe it's called. We'll go in the B tier. It's good for area control, but it's easy to dodge, and don't really got much to say. But here we go. Here's a list. So we got about 9 in the S tier, 19 in the A tier, 23 in the B tier, 20 exactly in the C tier, 12 in the D tier, and 9 in the F tier. So I feel like this list, there might be a couple you might agree or disagree with, but I tried to base it off on how good the gadget is and how good is the other gadget in comparison to it. So here it is, except going from Trophy Road to Chromatic, except for Grom because he's new. That's why Grom and Fang are at the very bottom. But anyways, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time.